Welcome to the 9PL podcast, where we deep dive into the world of the Country Trucker Caps Nines Premier League and bring you the latest updates, insights and discussions. Today we are interviewing new team Active Strength Co. with Anthony Bartolo and Joe Vickery. Welcome, fellas.
Thanks, mate. It's good to be here.
I'm excited about this one. Firstly, tell us about Active. What is it?
Yeah, mate. We're a group training gym, and I guess we really try and individualise programs and get the best out of people. I know you've got about 14 different gyms in the Nines, so it's good. It's going to be good to go up against some of these bigger ones from Sydney and things like that. So we're excited.
I'm very lucky because I've got my head trainer here as well, in Joe. I'm a member at Active at Coolangatta. I absolutely love the gym, what you're doing there. The community that you bring in is awesome. And we were speaking obviously earlier about what I suppose when you transition out of footy and what that brings. Well, I rock up. I do the 4:30 a.m. class every morning, and I'm happy as Larry getting in there because of the environment that you set. And it's led by the big fella, of course, but I'm sure it's very much the same at Burleigh and all the other locations. Where are some of your other locations across the country?
Yeah, mate. Just to touch on the culture again, I think that's an important part of our gyms. We set a high standard, and we want people to also have a bit of fun, just like footy training, I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We really care about the training, but it's also about getting a smile on your face and all the good things that come with being in that group environment. So it is an amazing space, and that culture has been passed down from myself to the franchisees. And the other locations are Ashmore, we've got Coolangatta, and then Eltham in Melbourne. Might pull a couple of AFL boys on the
yeah. Chuck them on a wing.
Yeah, get them on the wing. We'll see how we go. And then we're opening. Oh, we've got Burleigh, obviously. That's HQ. And then we're opening Ballina in the next 5 weeks, and Brisbane is right behind that, about 4 weeks after Ballina.
Taking over the world.
Oh, we're having a crack. We're having a crack.
Rabina incoming. Just plug for Rabina.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
And Rabina incoming. Look at that.
Exclusive.
Yeah. I didn't even know about that one. Joey's got me.
Hearing it here first. We went Active.
Yeah,
APTV.
Yeah.
No franchise fees at that one.
I'm sure.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure I got some old merchandise passed down. It might have been by you, Bart. I was asking you for some t-shirts. I asked Joe for a little while there.
Poppy's Lane in Cooter, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. But, I'll take what I can get. I don't have much. I wear Anko, Kmart branded clothes, so I won't get into the Burleigh Active because I'm sure that you have to wear Lululemon or something like that to get around.
Oh, we're just down the people everywhere.
Yeah.
Take anyone at Cooley.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were both involved last year in the Nines,
Yeah.
or 9PL. You as a player, obviously, Joe, and you as a sponsor.
Yeah.
What made you want to enter, and what made you want to come back and enter and I suppose play last year, but come back and put in a team?
Mate, go back to what Bart said before. It's just a love of footy. Like, it's a good, fun weekend, It's all similar blokes like ourselves, just middle-aged men trying to relive their youth. So it's
There's a couple of young kids in there who are ripping and tearing, though.
There is, and mate, they try to keep you young, little smartasses, and reminds you of what you were like back in the day and why you Luke Baileys of the world hated us. But mate, a lot of fun, good cause, great cause, great mate. So I just wanted to get around it. Bart's more so from the coaching side. I'll definitely not be playing. I'll be hiding behind the clipboard this year, especially the boys from Port Moresby. I will not be strapping up against them. No way in the world. But yeah, just to be around it, great weekend, good cause, and want to see it grow, be a part of a fun weekend. But I suppose Bart's from the.
Bart, you were. I mean, I remember you jumping on and helping out the Shrama group, chucking a team, obviously.
Yeah.
And, clearly, you're an absolute student of the game and a rugby league tragic. I remember you raced over to me after you had won the plate final and said, "No, I'm chucking in a team next year. Like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not sponsored. I'm chucking in a team."
Yeah.
What was the experience of the weekend like, and what obviously made you want to do it?
Mate, it's an incredible experience, and like you said, I am a rugby league tragic. I love the game. I truly do. I played it since I was 6 years old. I haven't played for 10 or so years, but I guess it's to see your old boys running around, and you get to be up next to them as well. You know what I mean? So for someone who really loves rugby league, seeing them play and just seeing how they act off the pitch as well is always good, because you're in close proximity. It's not like they're out on an origin track anymore. They're literally playing at Chugan Seahawks where you ran around 10 years ago, you know what I mean? So it's amazing to see that calibre of player running around with your local A graders. And then for us as sponsors or team owners, we get to experience what it's like in the sheds with guys like that. I remember last year Jolie Thompson really revving up the boys before the game, and I thought, oh gee, she's on here. But it gives you tingles, you know. Well, you know what I mean. When you're a really big rugby league fan, he was into her and he was ready to go, and it revved the boys up, which was nice.
Oh, he's one of the great men.
Yeah,
Jolie.
yeah. I think that's why, man. I think just that. It brings everyone together.
Yeah.
It literally brings everyone together. It doesn't matter if you played 30 games for Australia or you're battling away at Gold Coast A grade. It brings the boys together, and they all aim up for each other. And I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Was there any key learnings that you had from last year's competition, Joe?
Don't play this year. Grade 13 hamstring test. No, mate, I think just the whole breakdown of the team and how to use your subs. You know, we touched on it before, just before we kicked off. You know, it's not about having that stacked team. Sometimes it can, you know, working between having how many forwards and how many backs and young guys who are ready to go. Like, you know, having those young guys who are running around in A grade. It's a big difference running around for 9 minutes for when you're 23 compared to being 35. Like it's tough. It's quick, you know. So seeing the makeup of each team and the dynamic of each team and how they applied themselves and structure using the subs, and that was probably one thing that I picked up on. Sort of going, there's actually a method to this. It's not just let's get the best team and see how we go. It's like who's the most energetic and who's going to last over the 2 days, because it is. You know, I woke up that second day busted. Big Jack Stockwell and I were driving down just going, God, I hope this first few games, like this Shield, is just a touch game. Like, we'll just see how we go. But
yeah, walk me through this, because I've reminded you a few times when I've walked into the gym. But can you tell me, I mean, let me know, was there a gentleman's agreement between you guys and the RLPA about that first game because of how it turned out and looked different?
There definitely was a gentleman's agreement before we walked out. You know, it was handshakes, hugs and smiles before we went. And being an ex-winger, I shied away from the middle as much as possible. So as soon as someone said to me, it's two-handed touch, I went, you beauty, I've got the 6 or 7 on my back. I'm going to show skills I was never able to back in the day. Got absolutely folded by, I don't know who he was, but I remember Sammy Thaiday just thinking, like, what have you done to him? Like, is there a story beyond that? So, no, it was... that
was a highlight of the carnival, I reckon.
Yeah, for most people, they love to see it. But
yeah.
Anti actually wanted a highlight. He came to me after day one and said, look, here's a hungy. If you can just, you know, get yourself in an awkward position. So highlights for the 9PL, you know.
Yeah, give him your rib cage and...
Yeah, I'm a man of the people. So I stopped and, you know...
Rib cage and calf? Yeah. Did you tear your calf last year?
Hamstring.
Hamstring.
Yeah, still searching for it.
Yeah, I was waiting for the insurance claim, but you just kept going, you know...
I opened an active and, you know, loaded now. So.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, right? Franchises everywhere, apparently. But who are you looking to, I suppose, retain from that team last year and or recruit?
Yeah. There's a couple of young fellas.
Keon.
Yeah.
Leading try scorer.
Keon Saunders, he was our leading try scorer.
Yeah.
Absolute weapon.
In my eyes, Eddie probably came very close to.
Well, he was close.
Well, they were 1 and 2. They were 1 and 2 top try scorers. Eddie was drawn in second, I think, but Keon he's a freak.
Yeah.
He was my player of the comp.
Yeah.
But I think he, you know, because we obviously bowed out a bit early and went to the Shield. I think the eyes were more so on the top tier comp, not to take anything away from the second tier, but definitely I reckon if we're on the other side of that and did the run that we made, the run that was as deep as we did, I think
they're both suited to the spaces, aren't they? Like the repeat effort stuff is always hard and taxing. So you got to have some players who are playing local and who are, you know, really, really fast off an edge and can pass off both. I mean, they were very, very good for Sharma Group last year.
Yeah. Then we got Jolie Thompson. Obviously, he's going to be heading it up. So
great.
Get some aggression.
Big JT. Is he going to get everyone in for a half-time spray?
I hope he does.
Goosebumps are coming.
Never shy pulling up his pants nice and high and getting the work done. He's a ripper.
I'll make sure of it. I'll give him some pre-workout or something to get him going.
Yeah.
Whatever we have to do. I think, look, build the team around those players, but we're on the hunt and we've got some good names.
I train
around.
with Chase Blair's
Oh,
brother
yeah.
as well at the gym.
Blair, yeah.
I've heard he's gonna don a jersey, and he's asked Chase to jump in as well.
Yeah, we've locked him in. We spoke to Big Blairsy, and Chase was asking, 'cause I think he's had a couple of teams ask him about whether he's keen, but yeah, we've locked him in, which is exciting.
Yeah.
He's a big body. Like I've never played with him. I've never sort of been a part of him, but he's half as energetic as Blairy. I think we're on.
Yeah, big time.
Very
Well,
good coup.
Zebby Taylor's obviously putting in his own side with Eddie Pettyborn. So it's good that you actually have taken those two boys early, because they'll be on the recruitment, as all teams are really.
Yeah,
which
of
will
course.
be,
Yeah. But I mean, there's heaps of talent out there, and I think we'll get some local A grade boys as well, because that synergy with local players, like we're talking about, is really, really important. So excited to see who we can come up with.
Excellent. Who are you guys? I mean, we've asked all of our teams to consider things that are bigger than the team itself. So we've encouraged all of them to look into a charity arm as well, as we'll be doing some contributions to them for the winning team as well. Have you got a charity partner? Have you got a couple that you're considering at the moment that you could
look,
mention?
we're talking to Gotcha for Life. I think that's important. And in the rugby league circles in particular, where footy players, whether you're an amateur player or a NRL player, you come off your whole life playing rugby league, and that's your community, and that's where you've been for 30 years. Even for myself, like I said, I was a average A grader, but I live for it. You know what I mean? And playing for 30 years, the season that you give it up, the boys, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
What you've lived for 30 years, and I don't care who you are, you go through a transition. So if you're an NRL player or a local A grader, you definitely lose that sort of connection. And Gotcha for Life are all about mental health and really getting the word out there. So having those strategies based in around rugby league players is really, really important.
Yeah, brilliant. And a great cause as well. Gus Vaughan's doing great things, and obviously he's huge in the media, which would be, I suppose, super handy to get out the word for the cause itself.
Yeah, 100%.
If that's who you guys are supporting, who is supporting you guys? Have you got any sponsors that you'd want to mention and all?
Yeah, we've got a couple of sponsors. So Mastering the Markets have jumped on. They're a company that educate people on the Australian stock market. Those guys are doing awesome things. So
great.
I know Dave pretty well, and he's doing some amazing things in that space. And then
I'm drawing an absolute blank here. Pretty great start for one of our players. Blairy has a painting company, a successful one on the Gold Coast.
All Coast.
All Coast, thank you.
All
there we
Coast
go.
Painting.
Yeah. I texted that to you earlier in the prees, didn't I? That's right. So he's going to jump on, which is awesome. Like to have someone playing in the side that's going to be sponsoring as well.
And local business too.
Correct.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, he's doing well. So, and then potentially Stockwell International.
Okay.
Might be a shout out. Might be putting the pressure on him. So
Yeah.
put your hands in your
in.
pocket,
Jacko,
big fella.
I'll send you an invoice today. It's gone up from what you originally had spoken to him about. It's gone up a couple of K because you've just you've
Well,
already
we had the
given him a
early
shout
bird
out.
special and he let it go.
That's
so
that's right.
that's your problem,
You had
champ.
30 days as of last 30. But all right, well that's great. It's clear that, I mean, the monopoly of Active, the gyms, the amount of location you're taking over. I don't know why you're looking into sponsorship anyway. It sounds like you fellas are not short of any money, but hey, you know.
As long as people are paying their memberships.
Yeah, I'll get it to you, I promise.
and franchise fees.
Yeah, and franchise fees. Oh, there we go. See, it's the chain of life, isn't it? Right? It's
Active.
yeah,
It's different.
yeah.
Active,
We'll
we've adapted.
who are you?
Adapted.
Who are you looking forward to, or not looking forward to playing in
Paul
the
Moresby.
Paul Moresby, yeah. They're getting a rinsing at the moment, the Vipers. I'm so excited to have them. Like they're going to bring over a completely different element. Obviously, rugby league is religioned up there, but it's just sending shivers down. All 15 other teams in the competition. So
Just hard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think they
Just-
come ready and they come connected.
Yeah.
And that's what we've all spoken about, is having that synergy in a rugby league team. You can have superstars that have played for different teams and bring them together and they don't connect.
Yeah.
But these guys, they're going to know each other inside and out.
yeah,
So
that's right.
it's,
Who else? Who else would you
Excited
not
to see
want to play.
the
Or
Fiji side. I'm very excited to watch them.
Fiji?
Is it the Nines? Is it the Fiji Nines side?
No. We've got
rugby.
Matsukisi. They're a rugby sevens team in New Zealand that's coming over.
Okay. Forgive me, my Islander friends out there. Very excited to see them just operate. Like, as I said before, the Nines is a different game. So see us sevens, I know sevens to nines, but they're going to have those stuff like down pat, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
ready to go. So to see like a flying sort of sevens team go at it, that'll be interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Who are you looking forward to playing?
Mate, I can't wait to play combat. If Salberti dons a
CMB.
jersey, I'm bringing me boots just in case.
Salberti.
Little blind side.
So
And I'll run off the field as quick as I can.
a
Before
little
he
bit of
gets a hold me.
background. Did you grow up together?
Yeah, me and Sol grew up together, played a lot of footy together.
Yep.
He obviously went on to bigger things than me because he was better. But, I'll still beat him in a wrestle any day of the week.
He owns a combat gym. Clearly, he's training for something.
Yeah.
He's been setting up for this at the moment.
Yeah.
There's only 18 players that can play in the competition, that you can list. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking about putting one game T's and C's if we draw active versus CMBT. There is a 19th man, and it's just a run and straight challenge between.
Is Sel playing?
Oh, I don't know. I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Is Bart's playing?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll get on for 2 minutes. I'll get on just for Salberti.
If that
Just a
T's
crit.
and C's is in there and we draw combat.
No, in all honesty, like me and Sol did grow up together, and it is a cool little story because we moved to the coast together, played a lot of footy together. Sol always made me look like a superstar. I was average at best growing up, but anything I did, if I threw a little short ball, Sol would just be there hitting a hole, and I looked like an absolute superstar all the time. I'd do a little chip over the top, skewer right, and it'd look like I did a banana kick because Sal would be there all the time. Everyone would be like, how good are these two? What a combination.
Yeah. Combination. Yeah.
When I was just average as hell, but Sal made me look good. So I reckon these days I might have him.
Is that a Mackay, both you two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam
The
McCoy,
Kings
so.
of Capricornia.
Yeah, well, we'll have a bit of a battle.
I like to say that.
But yeah, no, Sal's a good mate, but I'd love to just rub one into his ribs or something.
Do you reckon you can get him? Like, honestly, do you reckon you can get him?
Oh, 100% I do.
Do ya?
I'm supremely confident.
He's a big, strong man.
It doesn't matter.
Has he still got
It's
the
just
octagon?
that best mate thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
We should do a little promo vid in the octagon.
Well, we were looking at teams that you should have a bit of a scrimmage against prior to the carnival. I mean, who did I toss up? Legacy, but
Yeah, that's
mate,
perfect.
this is perfect.
Yeah.
Mind the 6 Crumbin sides looking.
Put on
pretty
a show,
flat.
put out some chairs around the octagon, and walk out the boys and
Look out.
settle the King of Capricorn.
There we go.
He's been doing a bit of what's the name, jiu-jitsu training. I still honestly, it's just something in me. I just believe I could get him.
I'm glad it's not
The
living in
dog-
your head
the
24 hours a day. Sounds like
So Birdie's
Yeah.
just living in there.
Rent
you're just
free.
waking up sweating.
He hasn't thought about you once.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Well, what else are you looking forward to for next year? I know that we'll end up doing an update in a couple of months' time, just on your team, how you're tracking, what you're looking forward to. But what are you currently looking forward to for next year's Nines tournament?
I reckon the weekend. Exactly what I said about before, the camaraderie, getting the team together, getting the boys together, a beer afterwards, catch up, the laughs, the banter, the jokes, and it's more so completing that weekend and then having the stories to tell afterwards.
Yeah.
The stories you reflected on before from last year, like having more of them to be able to talk to and talk about. And yeah, just the good times and the banter on the crowd and yeah, just the whole weekend really, and just to be present on that weekend.
Yep.
Be a part of it. That's going to be that's for me. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I guess it's the family aspect, and that's pretty broad because it's getting all the actives together. Like I said, there's a lot of rugby league tragics that are in the active community. So that family, but also getting our families involved, our immediate families, getting the little boy down there run around with a footy. And I mean, that's a beautiful thing about the Knights Carnival. You know what I mean? Like Ollie's rubbing shoulders. Is my little boy. He's rubbing shoulders with some of the best players to ever do it. So it's an amazing thing that you can get all these families connected and. That's probably what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, we're looking forward. We're going to try and enhance, I suppose, all aspects of that tournament itself, and particularly the family festival, just behind the hill where we had the jumping castle for the first fives, and we'll have a few other activations down at Griffith Uni. Are looking at bringing out speed gates and some strength things for the kids as well. Just have a run around in 3P. They're a big OzTag sort of rugby league mixed sport game now. Company that's just shot off, and they've entered a women's team, and they're going to do some one-on-one footwork challenges out the back as well, which would be cool. But I'd love to see a couple of players doing that. Just it'd be great for some little highlight reels.
How about a 100-metre sprint?
Oh, yeah,
Fastest
it's been
player at the
tossed up.
carnival.
Oi,
It's definitely
there you
been
go.
tossed up.
I'll tell you who won't win, Joseph.
Me?
Yes, mate, you were.
I'm not running.
I don't have insurance to cover his other hamstring that he won't actually follow me up on, but
That'd be a pretty cool little concept, I reckon. There we go.
yeah,
That'll put bums on seats.
That would be good.
we're tossing up a bit of a combine. Depending on time, it's just
Yeah.
because the games are all back to back because they're right on the one field.
Of course.
So if we can sneak something in there, there's
Just a
a
100
few
metre
options
sprint.
for us.
Get them in.
Yeah, I asked this of all the teams: who would you have in the current NRL or rugby union? If you could only pick one player to play in your team, you get one each.
Oh, mate, I think it'd be Reece Walsh for sure.
Reece Walsh?
Just in the nines setting, his explosive speed. There's no one who can run faster than 20 metres in the game.
Yeah.
Than him. Over 20, he's definitely the quickest. So,
Yeah.
he's so explosive. Oh, I'd definitely get
Hot boy Reece.
yeah.
It'd sell a few
Oh,
bums on
active
seats there.
t-shirts.
Geez, we'd get some bums on seats. We'd get some sponsors
Get
there.
some franchises,
You get
haven't
some memberships, no drama. Joey?
we? Foz, Kieran Foran.
Oh yeah,
Mate, I've just always respected him as a player.
I love him.
I played against him in
Gold Coast
juniors, and mate, Gold Coast Titans. Shout out Steve Mitchell. I've just always liked Foz. Tough, reliable, rocks up. Just seems like a bloke you'd want to play with.
Yeah,
Won't have the flair while she does, but yeah, just I don't know. It's always respected Foz as a player.
yeah. I love watching him play.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see some sort of success at the mighty Gold Coast Titans because blokes like him certainly deserve it. 300 games, like that's an absurd amount of footy.
Crazy, isn't it?
But,
Especially with what he's been through, all the injuries and stuff.
Seriously.
It's insane.
But yeah, great additions, fellas. But thank you so much for jumping on. We'll do an update podcast in a couple of months' time as we're getting towards the pointy end. And thanks so much again for jumping on. Much appreciated.
Thanks, brother. We're looking
Thank
forward to it. We can't wait.